अखंडमंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Yes, we have journeyed through the royal secret, and there cannot be a better secret than this. You will forget all your secrets of life, about your savings, about relationships, about gahna, about khana pina. All material secrets are no secrets at all. All secrets have embedded in consummate worry. Secret normally is worry bound. Unless you just want to surprise somebody, that is not a secret. It's a surprise which you keep for somebody and then open it and you get the joy out of it. With the dealings, with the official dealings, with the tenders, with your sampatti, with legacy, will, they are all secrets, normally worry bound, and hence they cannot be royal secrets. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, as a true scripture of Hindu renaissance, Hindu resurrection, it has to carry within its womb the seeds of complete reformation. Yes. It is revolutionary in its dynamic onslaught. A religion should keep pace with life. The religion which does not keep pace with life is no religion. Tomorrow, all of us are, rather today, we are learning newer and newer digital methodologies added by Corona. And we can say we are religious because we are keeping pace with life, irrespective of our station of life where we are in. Isn't it, friends? +60 is the biological age average of this group. And we are keeping pace with newer and newer digital methods. So the religion which keeps pace with life is the religion of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Ever dynamic, ever sustaining, never outdated. To keep pace with life, you need adjustments. And these adjustments are so flexible in Srimad Bhagavad Gita that each word is an impounding missile, and it gets automatically adjusted in order to accommodate the transient scenario. In its true import, it's a true science of life. People ask me, as what is Bhagavad Gita? Please tell them science of life. Don't tell them that it was told to Arjuna by Lord Krishna, and then they say that it is for warmongering warriors. Sorry. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a science of life. It's an eternal science of life. And it has got liberal means. Tell them. It has got, and tell your mind also, deceiving mind, that it has got liberal means. It is liberal. Gita is not traditional. It is liberal. Have you ever heard of putting vibhuti on the forehead? Have you ever heard of Shaivites and Vaishnavites? Have you ever heard of Kokanasthas and Deshasthas? Have you heard of any specific this and that? No. It's for everyone. To that extent, we spoke about Stri, Shudra, Vaishya. And in its true, and that means, and to true import of these words, we have really elaborated. We started our journey. I'm just giving you a summary note on what it is and what it should be and what it should have been and how much we have received before getting through Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakta, and then we will have chanting. And when we chant, we will try to accommodate entire royal secret within our bosom so as to make that chanting effective, not only with the mellifluous voice, but also effective in its content and intent. Bhagavad Gita is an elixir of life. It is masculine at one end and feminine at the other. It's absolute for some, it's prakritic for others. It is catabolic in one sense, it is anabolic in another sense, and hence it is metabolic. It is organic as well as biological. It is material as well as transcendental. It is corporeal as well as transcorporeal. Is for the darkness of the night and for the days and the bright sunlight of the day. Yes, it means when we are hilarious, when we are joyful, when we are ecstatic, Gita still serves us to calm us down and maintain the equilibrium. And when we are traversing through the darker zones of our life, oh my God, Gita is the best friend one can have. And hence, it balances through his philosophy and makes us arrive at Sukha Dukkhe Same Krutva Labha Labha. It's not mere verbose. It's not a scholastic declaration from Eiffel Tower. Is the very essence and quintessence of our experience. In chapter 7, friends, we discussed how the champion of the revolt throws his gloves down, Arjuna. And when he says, I shall tell you about the knowledge, both speculative and practical. We began there in the month of April, and then we got that knowledge. The same tempo he kept in chapter 8. Oh, Bhagavan Krishna. And then when we arrived, in 8 we spoke about Nirvana. Nirvana means Nirvana of every moment. How can we bid adieu? We have a saluting effect on the moment which just now we were speaking about, and the moment gone. But yes, we are sure that we made it by Lord's mercy. Most effective moment which just passed by. And here He's talking about the most profound science, the secret of all secrets. With an opening remark from Bhagavan that idam tute guhyatamam pravakshami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajnatve mokshase yajnatva. Having known and jnana or vijnan, classical knowledge, neoclassical knowledge and technology. Friends, you have heard ministers and everybody say talking about science and technology. Tell them Srimad Bhagavad Gita is the best science and technology book which all of us should refer. And the essential qualification is Gita should be told to those who do not cavil, those who do not keep hatred. See, basically, Lord Krishna had discovered an anxious Arjuna. And we are also all anxious. The past, of the future, of the present. And therefore, 9th chapter is most suitable for all of us. And hence we had a patience. We had n number of punchlines, which I told you to. Unfortunately, I could not go through the group. If somebody already sent, my apologies that I haven't seen them. And I wanted to see just to enjoy and get a revision for me rather than whether something has been written in the right way or wrong way. No, who am I? And neither do I remember what I said. Laugh out loud. And therefore, I was more curious about this. It was my fault, which I haven't seen. And just let's not discuss. I'll check again in the group whether somebody has already sent that or not. If not, we will all collectively do that exercise and find those punchlines for us. Once I give a briefing, now that this first link is entirely devoted for this, the second link we will start chanting. We will read the first stanza of 10th chapter once I complete on the commentary of the last stanza, maybe at the stroke of the first link time period. So Arjuna required, he had internal maladjustments, and a Krishna cure of the ultimate psychological truth, for the ultimate psychological truth was needed for the treatment of Arjuna. It is called Arjuna disease and Krishna treatment. कभी कोई नर्वस आदमी आपके ऊपर आपके सामने आ जाता है नर्वस होके, सर उसको बोलना है अर्जुना ट्रीटमेंट, अर्जुना डिसीज, कृष्णा ट्रीटमेंट. We all are working on our own mind, as I told you, while working outside the self. Then we spoke about, rather Bhagavan spoke about Rajvidya, Rajguhya, how that Rajvidya is there. He spoke about the Ashtada Prakriti and how this Ashtada Prakriti is affecting us. Then he also talked about, we can't sit indifferent. I mean, God can sit indifferent, but we have to continuously put ourselves into action with the concept that kya farak padta hai. Then those actions will not bind us and the doership will not touch us. But not knowing this, the fools regard this as just the embodiments of the God, as the embodiment, a mere material body, and they do not recognize the vital divinity which is in. And then the most important stanza we spoke about was Moghasha Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana Vichetasa. So this knowledge which brings delusion, they were all clubbed into asuras and rakshasas, and for that they said the best remedy is Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Namastantasya. With Ekabhaktir, you can have Jnana Yajna. Ekabhaktir Vishishyate. Then he spoke about his vibhutis where all is present. But still he remained silent and witness. He specially mentioned his teja, his effulgence in sun, the moon, the prakriti. And then we discuss about Ananya Chintayanto Mam Ejana Parupasate. Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogaksham, the most pivotal stanza of the entire chapter. We deliberated almost 2 to 3 lectures over this particular stanza, showing not only the importance of it, but also tried ourselves to soak in the nectar and philosophy of the same. And then he spoke about faith, Shraddha, doubts, how the peculiar worshippers get peculiar benefits. So this was all mentioned about. And then again we stopped at a beautiful stanza, Yat karosi yadasnasi, yat juhosi dadasi yat tapassasi kaunteya tat kurushvamadarpanam, clearly indicating that whatever we do, then I told you what is that doing. Then we spoke about Havan. Havan is Savdhani se jeena hai. So all those subtler meanings we studied, and I am very sure you all have noted them quite. And as a result, a stage comes like Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. Only if we follow these types of yagyas, of Yat Karosi Dasnasi, we can probably get the stage of Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu. And then finally, we talked about Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma, Shashvat Shanti. If you do that, soon, there was a promise of God, you will get what I want you to get. And remember, irrespective of the level of sadhana and the quantum of sadhana, my true devotee will never perish. For the greatest, and it stands the greatest assurance, friends, for all of us to continue our proactive march towards our self unfoldment. Don't say self realization. Self cannot be realized. Infinite cannot be realized by finite. It is self unfoldment. निर्माण करणं आणि प्रकाशित करण्याच्यात फरक असतो. You are manifesting yourself. That is most. And then he also talked about that it's possible for everybody. Everybody. I spoke about Stri, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmin in the true import of time. And then he is talking about Manmana Bhava Mad Bhaktaha Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Vaishyasi Yuktva Atmanam Matparayanaha. Fix your mind on me. Be devoted to me. Sacrifice to bow down to me. Having thus united your whole self with me, taking me as the supreme goal. How beautiful this Advaitic darshan, friends. Let's get into the subtler meaning of this. Manmana Bhava Madbhaktaha. Madbhakta Bhava Manmanaha. Again, go by the style of repeating a line from right to left and left to right, and you will find 2 different meanings. Ye ikade ye ikade ye akudunda double effect hoto ki nahi? ये ना इकडे, अरे इकडे ये ना, डबल इफेक्ट होता है और ज्यादा इफेक्ट होता है. ऐसा रीड करना है भगवत गीता. मनमना भव मदभक्ता, मदभक्ता भव मनमना. वाह, you please try to find out shades, friends, a kind of homework for all of us. मध्याजीमाम नमस्कुरु, कोणाला नमस्कार करायचा है? नमन का अर्थ होता है नमः. पहली बात, इदम नमः एक अर्थ है, कई अर्थ है नमः के. नेति नेति करना है, और नेति नेति करके जो बचेगा वो है मध्याजीमाम नमस्कुरु. Now in the last stanza we will not talk about Lord Krishna is sitting on a wonderful jhula and we as devotees with all tulsi patras and everything are revering him. That is one thing which we are already expert in. Now we're trying to find out, since it's an Advaitic stanza, we're only trying to find out its Advaitic meaning, which is one without a second. Mame Vaishyasi Yuktva. Me having you united your goal and taking me as your supreme goal, please refuge in me only and you shall attain me. How beautiful it is, friends. Let's understand this. Please make a very concrete effort to understand this. This stanza is a glorified summary of the entire chapter. Because it throws a spectrum of light, flood of light upon many other stanzas which were included earlier. We can say that this stanza is a prospective and retrospective summary of Bhakti Yoga. Prospective because there is a Vibhuti Darshan and Vishwarup Darshan to follow. And retrospective as it almost accommodates and consumes the entire summary of the chapter. If all of you have studied Vedantic literature or read about it, you will recollect that it is for self-development and self-purification. And self-development, self-purification leads to self-perfection. And self-purification, self-development, self-perfection leads to self-unfoldment. Your path of knowledge, path of right knowledge, meditation, contemplation, talking the truth, talking about God only, a number of different technologies available. I don't say methodologies. Bhagwan would be pleased if he said technologies. These are technologies given by God. मेथोडोलॉजी कोई भी देता है यार. टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए एक्सपर्ट चाहिए. क्या बात है. असं असं पीठ भिजवून ठेवा, सकाळी वाफेला लावा, इडली करायला झाली, ते मेथोडोलॉजी. टेक्नॉलॉजी नाहीये. टेक्नॉलॉजी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट 2 दिवस पीठ भिजवा, किती आंबट ठेवायचं, केवढी वाफ द्यायची, ये होगी टेक्नोलॉजी. रेसिपी वही है. So don't say methodology is given by God. It's too cruel for us, from our part. Oh my God. It's the technology is provided by God. And that was through mutual discussion. How beautiful. It's not you're reading a book. Mutual discussion. So Bhagwan Vyasa, he steadily declares this path of devotion and leads us to Advaitic Darshan. He wants us to be Advaitic, one without a second. Now, when your mind is ever filled with me, now that's what it means in the Advaitic sense. You are constantly conscious of the self. Means you are soul conscious. You are solely soul conscious. You are consummately soul conscious. You are entirely soul conscious. Friends, you are soul with a body and not a body with soul. That is a consummate message which the last stanza gives. Oh, how beautiful. एक क्षणात सगळे दुःख दूर होतात हो. My identifications fall. My identifications vanish into nothingness, which were creating problems for me, because I am now conscious of the fact that I am a soul with a body and not body with a soul. ईश्वर मृतात्मा सद्गती देव, संपूर्ण चूक वाक्य. नक्कीच याला चूक म्हणता येईल. एक तर आत्मा परमात्माचं आपल्याला माहित नसतं, त्याच्यातून त्याला आपण मृत केला आणि सद्गती देण्याचा आशीर्वाद दिला. वा भाई, इथे आपल्याला आशीर्वाद देता येत नाहीये. We need to understand this, that I should be God conscious. कारण सोल म्हटल्यावर पुन्हा कळत नाही, आणि ते पुण्याला सोलकडी लोकांना लक्षात येते, लगेच गुलाबी रंगाचे कोथरूडला स्वस्त मिळते. आपलं माइंड इतकं ट्रिकी है ना, इट्स सच ए ट्रिकी माइंड. सोल वरून सोलकड़ी पे जाने को टाइम नहीं लगता है, और ये वर्ड समझते नहीं है. व्हाट इज गॉड, व्हाट इज सोल, गॉड कॉन्शियस थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है बोलने में, बाद में सब गडबड हो जाती है. अजून फराळाचं काही झालं नाही, 3 दिवसावर आली दिवाळी, संपलं. My devotee makes all sacrifices. All salutations to me. It clearly means that you should always be self-conscious. To be self-conscious means you should not be BMI conscious. Not to be BMI conscious means रास्ते पे निर्वस्त्र नहीं दौड़ना है. I am not body conscious now. It means you have to be always be careful. Of what? Of the do's and do nots. Of what? That God exists. Of what? He is the witness. Of what? He is the common denominator, etc. And sir, for how much time? We do it morning, 4 o'clock, before our first cup of coffee. I don't know. Better you realize it in your first cup of coffee, so that your last cup of tea or coffee will also give us the same joy. At all times, sarvada sarvakaleshu sarvatra harichintanam. But sir, office may be kind, whatever may be the time. But sir, boss is cruel. Whosoever he may be. Yes, करके तो देखो. Friends, just as a very casual this thing, I am sorry for using first person singular. When I was scientist, I have told it many times, but I cannot, and I'm laughing. Probably I wouldn't have written right now, but that time I don't know, I was really beaten by God. There was, I wanted to write hometown. I wrote Satya Sai Baba. Hometown, huh? He's not town. He said, who is your father and mother? I wrote Satya Sai Baba. वो 4 साल में लीव ट्रैवल मिलता था उस वक्त, अभी मेरे को रूल्स पता नहीं है, एलटीसी बोलते थे उसको. वो आदमी दौड़ के आया, उन्होंने बोले सर आपके कौन नए साइंटिस्ट हेड को, ये कैसा लिख रहे, बोले कहाँ भेजेंगे इनको, कहाँ टिकट देंगे. And then there was a point of reference I wanted to write for the interview. I said Satya Sai Baba, and my director asked me, oh Satya Sai Baba, can I contact him? I said yes. 3 telephone numbers, say Omkar 3 times, and the entire committee was laughing. I'm not glorifying myself, friends. I'll be the last person to do so. And I may not do it right now. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened that time, 30, 40 years back. I wish now we can live that life. बरसात है मेरा गुरु, ठंड है मेरा गुरु, कोविड नो कोविड मेरा गुरु. That is manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. Sir, Mr. Soman, you were impractical. Yes. If you are God intoxicated, you will be apparently impractical. Silently ask them, friends, can you tell me what is practical? All our positions, where is your practicality and pragmatism? Unseen Corona has put you to the back step and sitting at home and now enjoying work from home. Don't say that. You are defeated and now you are finding defeat in joy in defeat. Okay, great enough, not good enough. Let's have a consummate perception about the soul consciousness or the God consciousness with the neti awareness, and what remains is Shivoham, Shivoham. That is what it means. Nothing like that. Put more flowers and start from Rama Ekadashi to Dhantaras for more than to Lakshmi Puja, and with your lovely Padwa for which your gifts are awaiting, and the Bhai Dooj. It is a one side of that. Second is, I will be God conscious, friends, at least from Rama Ekadashi. In the next lecture, I will little talk about Rama Ekadashi. Today it's already a time up. So with this, friends, the only message is let's have a consummate perception of the self in order to have self-unfoldment. And truly, it will be our victory, definitely in the light of God consciousness and total support of God. If we can, we have understood the Rajvidya, Rajguhya Yoga in a way God wanted for us. With this, I complete using first person singular. And in the institutional sense, we, through the grace of God, through yoga, मैं दरख्वास्त करता हूं, if she is around, I think she's not there. So we will chant. I will start chanting, and you can chant in mind because the chorus
there,
is.
sir.
Okay, then you can start chanting.
Sairam, I am there.
Yes, please start
Yes.
chanting. 9 chapter.